Hey guys, welcome back to the MCU HQ and welcome to my review of Hawkeye episode 5. Now, I'm gonna do something for this episode. That's I'm gonna split the non-spoiler and the spoiler into two videos. Because there's a lot in this episode, there's a lot of spoiler stuff, and it's actually gonna be hard for me to articulate my thoughts on the episode without giving too much away. But I'm gonna try. So, I'm gonna go non-spoiler video, and then spoiler video will be up immediately after it. Alright, first off, this episode doesn't answer a thing, and I just want to say, kind of worried, because last time they set up this much stuff going into the finale was WandaVision, and we saw how WandaVision's finale was. There is still a lot of loose ends. In fact, the ending of this episode leaves a new cliffhanger and raises a couple more questions, all going into the finale, and if you tally up everything they have to tie up in this last episode, it better be like 90 minutes long because there is a lot of stuff. I'll go over it in spoilers. Now, for my Yelena Belova fans in the room, which should be all of you, do not worry. She was not just a cameo. She pops up in this episode. She actually does some stuff significant to the story. She has an impact on the story. She has this great scene with Kate Bishop that is really well done. It's cool. Florence Pugh, Haley Steinfeld, two of the best actresses working right now, and the two of them we had seen together, and it was amazing. Also, like, Yelena's funny. Florence Pugh is getting just more comfortable in the role of Yelena, and so much of what she said was hilarious, especially how she entered the scene. That had me laughing. And you know what? There's a reference to the new and improved Statue of Liberty, which we're going to see tomorrow in Spider-Man. Or I guess today if you're overseas. But I'm gonna see it tomorrow in Spider-Man, and it's one of the cool things the MCU does, those little tidbits, those just tiny little things that connect through everything of, yeah, mention the Statue of Liberty here, we're gonna see the Statue of Liberty with Captain America's shield tomorrow, and Spider-Man's gonna fight on it. I think there is a lot of really good character work. There's one scene with Clint Barton where I got chills on this one thing he had, and he had this one moment all to himself where it was Jeremy Renner, and Jeremy Renner acted the hell out of it. He made a great scene. Maya gets some good stuff. There's who was hard to talk about. Some great stuff with Kate. One really good joke with Kate. I think Kate Bishop is a good character. The one thing this episode barely touches on is the Jack and Eleanor plotline, which is funny because that's like my least favorite plotline of the show. And they barely touched on it to focus on other more exciting things. So, cool, Marvel. They gotta wrap that up next week also. Holy. And one thing I'm not sold on with this show is the action. I get they're going for more of a realistic and down-to-earth quality with it. But I don't know, it feels really cheap for a show with this budget. And, I mean, anyone who says like, oh yeah, well it's like that because it's more realistic. So is the action in Daredevil. Have you seen the action in Daredevil? Yeah, there's one fight in this episode. I think it's fine. It works. It's pretty mid-tier fight. But I haven't seen any action in the show that impresses me. I have praised certain elements of it. Like I like how in one-on-one fights both people struggle and you can tell they're both getting tired and they're both getting thrown around. I like elements of it, but I think as a whole, none of the fights in this show I want to go back and rewatch. You know, there's a bunch of fights I'll go back rewatch. Anything from Daredevil, I'll watch it all the time. Most of the fights that have Cap in them, I'll watch them all the time. People against Thanos, I'm betting the Spider-Man Doctor Strange fight, I'm going to go back and watch constantly. Thor and Hulk and Hulkbuster, right? But there hasn't been anything in this show particularly where I actively am like, oh my god, that was a great action scene. And I'm hoping they ramp it up in the finale. I think the fist fights aren't good. Anything with the arrow is pretty creative. And in that finale, we're going to be getting some bow and arrow action. So I'm hoping we get some good action in the next episode. Overall, another good episode of Hawkeye. You can tell that they're ramping up towards the finale and they're really trying to get there. They got a lot to tie up. I'm nervous to see if they can do it all, and I'm excited to see how they do it. So what did you guys think of Hawkeye episode 5? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Also leave a like on this video, subscribe, click on the bell icon to receive all notifications from the MCU HQ. That's going to be it. Have a great day, guys.